see
No,
what it looks like. Yeah, it's really well organized. They tell you everything you need. Like use Chrome, use
that's
this.
cool. Yeah,
So
so that big thing that they were talking about, like that
yeah,
Riverside was gonna is that Mark Clip thing.
yeah, I saw that. That was
So
under. There it is.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
add
So
marker, or you can hit M. I just added one
yeah,
clip created from marker. Oh, and then if I'm thinking and I'm like, okay, this clip just ended, then I hit. Oh, there's Erica. Did you
yeah.
get that notification too?
Yep. Hmm.
Okay, I'll let her in. Let's see what we got. Ah, Erica.
Hey.
Erica, this is John. John, my sister Erica.
Hey, John. Nice to meet you.
I have that same headset for work.
Oh, nice. I
Well,
got them free from LA Unified.
oh, really? Did you really?
Yeah.
It sounds good. I
They,
was,
I was gonna say
I
they
was,
gave them to all of us for distance learning and all that. All the kids, all the teachers, like everyone got a pair.
I was gonna ask if you had something like that, but I just assumed you didn't. So I never asked. Well, good job on figuring that
Hmm.
out.
Yeah.
Plantronics is the kind of the go-to for most businesses.
Oh.
Oh, nice. And Erica's coming to us from a closet right now, right?
I am.
Hey, there it is, John. Look at that,
Oh,
twinsies.
cool.
So
Yeah.
I
Erica,
also
just so
got
you
the
know, we're.
stickers too.
Oh yeah, yeah. So, oh,
What's that?
you got the stickers already.
Yeah, along with your
I was
gift.
gonna say that means mine should be in, but you live a lot closer to Jeff. So here's a few updates for you, Erica.
Okay. Few
We're currently
updates.
recording, meaning we're live streaming.
Okay.
See
Hmm.
us, and we're also recording audio for our pre-show. So you're currently on the pre-show. So say something
Sweet.
pre-showy.
This is the pre-show. I
There
don't
you
know.
go.
It
That'll be our
works.
new
Pre-show.
drop. That'll be our new intro to the pre-show. We'll play that. This is the pre-show.
I
This
like
is the
how it's all
pre-show.
valley girly.
This is the pre-show.
Pre-show with the little shoulder shake. Pre-show.
So John just showed us a sticker.
Hmm.
We got
Yeah.
gifted 50 Lack of Genius stickers from Jeff McAvoy,
Oh, that's so
our-
nice.
the creator of the stickers. That was his Christmas gift to us, and he sent half to me, half to John, and he kept some for himself. And John and I are probably off of a public forum going to discuss exactly what we want to do with them, but it's a great start to us having actual merchandise.
I've already given two away.
Oh, without my permission?
It was to
One's
Emily
coming
and
to me.
Jacob.
Okay, yeah, and I was gonna say Erica's gonna get one, but Erica's also a patron, so she deserves one anyways.
Yes.
John, show Erica your shirt really quick. Can you see what that says, Erica?
Detroit, Michigan.
Not
Detroit
quite.
Oh, Detroit Mechanics. Oh, Mechanics. It's the it's the team.
Frisbee,
Frisbee
the
team.
AUDL team.
Yeah.
That was my gift to John. That was my Christmas gift to him.
That's awesome.
How did you
Yeah,
end up with a dreadnought sticker?
I ordered it off their website.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. It's weird that it came in that like long. It looks
Right?
like a bumper sticker, but the sticker part. So I got John a
Yeah.
Dreadnought sticker, which is one of the shanty bands that
Oh,
he likes.
cool.
And there was also there was another really cool because it's like a howling wolf playing an accordion, which I love that
Yeah.
logo. And then there was another one that was another cool animal playing an instrument, but they didn't have it. They only had it in like shirts and hats, and I was like, I'm not going to spend that much on John. So, anyways,
Hmm.
yeah. So, did you get the quiz, John?
Oh,
Did you get the quiz I put
Yeah.
in?
Yeah. I got the page created. I just need to throw them in the chat.
Okay, cool. So, Erica, I got your quiz on the website already,
sweet.
which doesn't you
Nice.
don't really have to do anything with that, but
Okay.
that
Yeah, I
way
have them
John
like
can take it live.
perfect, and I have them up here. I'm trying to pull the screen right now so I can like, dual screen the questions
Yeah,
and you guys.
I would have your quiz up on one side.
Yeah.
What is your in the Riverside thing? What does it show to like the right side of the screen for you, Erica? So
On me?
chat, studio
Yeah,
and
it
chat.
shows. It kind of shows studio, and then the other one's chat. Oh, there's a tab. So if I go into chat,
Hmm.
oh
So you
yeah, and then it says "Welcome to Riverside."
and
Can I
then
say something?
did you get the one that has the links that John just sent?
And then it says John. Yeah,
Oh,
okay, and those are the
oh, and then you said
links.
hi guys.
Yep.
Cool, yeah.
Uh
So
huh.
just in case,
Cool.
I'm notoriously bad at looking at that chat during the show. So,
Uh huh.
but if you do want to communicate something to me and don't want to just say it,
I see.
you can
I
So
will
say
here's a
it.
do
question,
my best.
Uh huh.
Kevin. Do we want Erica to take the New Year's quiz as well?
Oh, that would be. We should. Yeah.
So
we
the,
should
the
both
two of
take
you
it.
can take it.
Okay, let's do
That's
it.
a great idea. I never look ahead at the questions, but if you
Okay.
click that first one that says New Year's,
I'd
that'll
be able
that'll
to
take you
see
to
it.
yeah, and then when you open the page, you won't see any of the questions right off the bat. You'd have to scroll
Okay.
down, so you could open it now.
All right, that's what I'll do. I'll open it in a new tab anyway because I'm more visual. So after it's going, like I feel like I need to see them.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
see my
that's what I do. I like to be able to see the quiz.
I see, and then I go to quizzes, current quizzes.
Yeah, so we'll both take it. We'll both kind of keep it in mind not to spoil we'll think through it and we'll each come up with our answers.
Yeah.
And then
Wait a minute.
yeah, and then John, I helped Erica with the quiz a little bit. She kind of all the questions, but she'll be delivering the quiz and I'll play along and
Yeah.
tell the stories or whatever.
Yeah, and we are. It looks like we are streaming on both Facebook and YouTube. So
Sweet. So sometimes we get people who get the Facebook notice and they pop in and they watch. So
yeah, I mean,
Who
I
knows?
already got the notifications. So like, so.
Okay,
depending on
the
how people got
notifications
their
that we're streaming.
notifications.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's like 160 some people that follow us on Facebook.
Cool.
So we should have at least 150
So-
people watching us then.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
I don't
What
get
else?
why 95% of the followers aren't. Oh, that's just
Yeah, I don't know because
pretty
yeah,
solid expectations. Pretty common.
it could be because we're doing it on a different day than normal, or I don't know.
Could be that I've been promoting that Sundays will be the best day to see us stream, and it's Monday.
people went back to work today. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Not you,
Some
not
did.
teachers.
That's true. We are doing it right as people get off work, at least on the
Yeah.
East Coast.
Yeah, that's right. Well, maybe people will watch while they're at work. So.
With their headphones like this that they got.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. I'll play all the jingles because we got them all in the studio. And should any preference on who asked the first question? Should we let our guests ask the first question since?
I think that's only appropriate.
Okay.
So,
Oh, do we? I could probably do something for the tidy up.
I don't think so. No one said anything to me.
Let's do
Okay.
maybe a thank you stickers. Do you think that's good? That could be good public knowledge.
Yeah,
It's already
yeah,
on the
we could
screen.
do that and kind of
there's
tease,
stickers.
you know, something may be happening with them.
Yes. Okay. Erica, do you have anything to tidy up?
I know. I'm trying to think. You guys did Christmas.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like there didn't seem to be any errors.
Okay.
Error free for 1 week.
Yeah, go us. All right,
Yeah.
we'll get our way through it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how do you guys feel? Do you want to feel ready to jump in?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So Erica, here's how it works. I'll hit the theme song. Depending on levels of things, it might be loud for you, but I don't know. We're getting used to this.
Okay.
And throughout the podcast, like when we get to tidy up, I'll say, okay, we'll get to tidy up, but we'll take pauses. And if you ever at any look, yeah, we're recording, but if you ever at any point need a second, just say I might need a second for coconut at some point.
Okay. Yeah.
It
Don't worry
usually
about-
happens.
Yeah, it will happen. I literally have 3 toys with peanut butter in them prepared.
Nice. All right.
So hopefully that'll last us through the episode.
Cool.
All right. Any last minute questions?
I
good.
don't think so.
Okay, I'm gonna hit it. 3, 2, 1.
I don't hear that.
I could barely hear it.
All right, let's try that again. You're like, why is Kevin dancing and nobody else is? And I had it in preview mode. Now I have it in live. And I just figured something else out. Hang on, I'm gonna do a test with the quiz time jingle here.
That's loud.
It's time to take a quiz or two. Like a genius
I can't
podcast
hear you.
doing this for
Oh,
you.
I hear it like boom.
You may
It was really loud.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you talking, Kevin.
Interesting.
I could hear
Okay,
I
so-
could hear the music, but not you. It was that
Yeah,
loud.
so this is interesting. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play the theme songs off of this machine then, because that seems
that'll
to
probably work better.
better. Yeah.
And we could just do the right and wrong off of the media.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna adjust the level really quick. I'm gonna hit a wrong buzzer. Brace yourself. How
was
loud
good.
or soft? Okay.
That
was
sounded
pretty
good.
Okay.
How about for me?
Sounded
Sounded
the
fine.
same.
Yeah. Was it the same
Okay.
level?
Same
cool.
level-ish. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna hit this off of here. All right, I think we're all good. Give me a thumbs up if you're hearing it when I play it. Okay, here we go. 3, 2,
And
1. What? You good?
I was just gonna say in the pre-show, take 2.
Take 2. This no one will even know. No one will even know. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. John likes tech and lives in Indiana, you know. Kevin likes the Dodgers and talks on the radio. John plays games on Xbox and on his Nintendo, while Kevin runs around LA with his mustachio. It's the Lack of Genius podcast in your ear holes at last. They don't know they're Mars from Venus, that's why it's the Lack of Genius podcast. Post-Christmas episode, the last episode of the year, episode 28, and we have a guest. Hello, John.
Hey, Kevin.
John, you're not our guest.
No,
should
I'm not.
Should I let you introduce our guest because it should totally be me to do it?
Sure. Yeah. We've got Kevin's sister, Erica.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's older or younger, but
Older. Hey, what's up?
Yes. Oh, my big sis Erica. Maybe we should do a quiz on how much John knows about you, but that's a little too last minute for that. Yeah, my sister Erica. Erica is she's been my sister my entire life, and I'm very grateful for that. And she's here for a very special reason because it is the New Year episode. And typically what we do is for holidays is we do a New Year's like the holiday history, and then we do a what we call the fun quiz. And fun quiz because my birthday is on New Year's Day. My sister Erica has created a quiz about how would you describe the quiz that you made for me, Erica?
About Kevin's birthdays. I don't know. Yeah, about Kevin's birthdays.
Kevin birthday history. And,
Kevin birthday history.
I'll tease a little that Erica has experienced a lot of my birthdays, especially before 18 and before. But even as an adult, we've been close for most of our adult life, pretty much all of our adult life, like post college. And so Erica's been a big part of a lot of the celebrations, including planning several of at least one of my parties, a big one. And so she seemed like the perfect person to have come on and quiz John on my birthdays.
and who knows, maybe there'll be a little bit of roasting of Kevin too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, regardless if the questions have that, I think there will be. This will be a good teaming up of people.
So you got any juicy stories, Erica?
Oh my gosh, yes.
She knows everything. So we'll see how this goes. Feel free to roast away. And John, you had a good suggestion about your quiz. What that we talked about in the pre-show.
So we're gonna do something a little different in that we do have a guest who is asking questions, but we decided maybe she can answer questions as well. So Kevin and Erica will both be answering the New Year's questions.
Yeah,
So it's kind of 2-on-1.
All right.
Yeah,
you guys are gonna.
it is kind.
Yeah, you'll see my lack of genius for sure.
Yeah, we like to give people an opportunity to prove just how much genius they lack in a public way, in a very public way, to fall straight on their face. Because since we do it every week, it'll be fun. It'll be kind of like John and I will be continuing. I think I'm up 3 on you. I think I have 14 wins. You have 11, I believe, is the total.
Yeah, something like that.
So you're going to try to catch up to me and a little bit of a head-to-head for Erica and I to see who
although
knows New Year's better.
The fact that I have won less, does that mean that I'm winning in general?
Yeah, because the whole point is to prove a lack of genius, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So you're technically winning our podcast, which is the whole point.
Yeah.
But once you take the lead on the wins, you're going to change that, right? You're going to be like, no, it matters who wins.
Who knows?
We'll see when it happens. We'll see when it happens. All right. How about we get into tidy up, shall we?
Sounds good.
Here we go.
Tidy up before we go any further with the show. Tidy up before we go fix our mistakes tonight. I wanna get it right. Tidy up.
Tidy up time. You know, I'm just going to throw a little bit of a curveball because we did discuss a few things that we were going to tidy up, but I think it is worth noting that this is our post-Christmas episode, and how was Christmas for everyone, for the two boys right now?
It was pretty good here.
Yeah, nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it was a really nice Christmas. Had fun with my little baby Calvin. He's not so
Yeah.
much a baby anymore. He's 3.
Oh my gosh, but seeing him as his uncle and seeing the 3, I mean, that's what Christmas is all about. Everyone's been saying, like, it's, oh my gosh, to see it through his eyes is unbelievable. It's
It
so
is.
cute.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was a real treat. John and I, and I
We
feel like
did.
that's a good thing for a tidy up section. John is actually wearing his gift right now, so if you're on the live stream that we do live stream every time we record, you can see it. What does your shirt say, John?
It says Detroit Mechanics, which, if you're a listener of the podcast for a while, you'll get that reference.
Yeah, they are. They're our favorite AUDL, American Ultimate Disc League team,
Yep.
who we pick on, but we also love and hope to be on the Detroit Mechanics someday. So, yeah, I sent that over to him, and John got me. It's funny, we both got each other frisbee related gifts. 'Cause He
Right.
got me the game Can Jam. If you're not familiar with that, it's these little cans that you throw a frisbee at and you try to hit it in, and it's a lot of fun. And we played on Christmas. It was fun. I brought it up for my
Good.
family's Christmas. So Merry Christmas, John. Thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm gonna hog the mic a little more for a moment because I didn't tell John about this and I didn't tell Erica about this, but I wrote what I'm calling a post-Christmas song. I was very moved by my Christmas. I had a great time. I received some gifts that I absolutely loved, and I got home on Christmas Day and I had a song idea in my head and I wrote it real quick, and then I produced it last night. And if you guys will let me, I have it loaded up and I want to hit play on it. Would you guys mind?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'd love to hear it.
So without further ado, this is the post-Christmas song. I got a vacuum for Christmas, and it sucks.
I get it.
Let me guess, you got a vacuum
second.
for Christmas.
I got a vacuum for Christmas! And John, you'd be so proud of me because on Christmas Day, I only made one joke about how much it sucks. Only one.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
turned it into a whole song and created this whole moment, and now I've ruined that
Right.
streak. But I'm going to be honest, I'm really proud of that one. I'm really proud of that one.
You really rolled with that one, huh?
Yeah, I took it and I ran, man. I took it and I ran. So there you go. Anyways, it was a great Christmas. I got a vacuum cleaner, I got a pillow, and I got a set of towels. And that's how I know I'm a grown up now. That's that I was very excited about those things. We do have a real life like shout out we want to give and a thank you in our tidy up. You want to take the reins on it, John?
Yeah. So we had Jeff on a while back now. He talked about our new logo, which is fantastic. Then he came on and quizzed us about logging as a Christmas gift to us, unknowing from us that he was doing this. He had a bunch of stickers made.
Yes. If you're on the live stream, you can see it right now.
It's just our logo, but I mean these feel really nice. Like they're
Yeah.
like they feel like vinyl stickers.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. Like
He spent the big bucks then. He didn't go
did.
for the cheapies.
no.
Yeah.
So I expect something will be done with those in the future. So I would pay attention.
Yes.
So
Yes, and we'll give a big thank you to Jeff. That's again Jeff McAvoy, who, as John said, designed our logo. You can follow him, Jeff A. McAvoy, on Instagram. He's not doing these things just to get shout outs on our podcast. I swear he's a good dude with a big heart, and that was such a nice gift for us.
Yeah.
We've got our first sort of merchandise game going, and we hope to continue that. By the way, the logging episode that he did inspired me to get my 3-year-old nephew Calvin a logging truck toy with little logs and a little grabber that and he loved it. And I don't think I'm just
He
saying
did.
that. I think he was playing with it and figuring out how to use it. It was
Yeah, getting
So-
those little logs in the grabber, and yeah, he loved it.
That sounds
I'm
cool.
telling you, logging toys are going to be the big hit in Christmas 2022. Black Friday is going to be nuts for these logging toys. Okay, we're tidied up, ready for quiz time?
Ready.
I think
All
so.
right, let's hit it.
It's time to take a quiz or two. Like a genius podcast doing this for you. You may fail, but it ain't no lie, baby. It's quiz time. Don't really want this quiz to be tough. I just want to pass one cause I failed enough. It might sound crazy, but it ain't no lie, baby. It's quiz time.
With special guest quizzer, Erica Schatz.
Hey. And can I just say really quick too, like, because I'm a busy mom, I listen to my podcasts at like 1.5 speed. So I'm used to your songs being all uppity. Hearing them live right now at real speed, it feels so slow.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh. And you know what? You sharing that is very hit on something that a lot of people probably do. I don't do that. I didn't think to do that, but in a world where you need all the time you can, yeah, you hit that one. so it's like don't mean to make things real tough.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're like,
So
what's wrong with
what
this
you need
song?
to do is just slow it down by half.
Yes.
So then that way when she listens to it, it's normal speed.
Yes.
Oh, I get it. Yes,
You.
we're gonna
You
we're gonna
you slow
accommodate
it down.
everything for
To me.
Erica specifically by
Mhm.
playing our songs at what are we're speeding it up by half, right? Is that what we're doing?
You're slowing
No, we're
it down by
down.
half.
so that she hears it in real time.
Yeah. Yes.
Or we just never have Erica on as a guest again, and then we won't have to deal with the problem. So my sister Erica has been nice enough to create a quiz about birthdays past of mine because my birthday is on New Year's Day, and John is quizzing us and teaching us a little something about New Year's history, and we are going to be polite and let our guests ask the first question. These quizzes are up at
Yay.
lackofgenius.com. Erica, you wanna get us started? Erica is just quizzing John specifically, and John is quizzing both Shot siblings, Erica and myself.
All right. So, first question. How many children under the age of 5 was my mom responsible for at the moment she went into labor with Kevin? 3, 4, 5, or 6?
Well, I mean, I know you're older, and I know you guys have a brother.
Yes.
and
Or
I
do we?
feel-
Or do we? Yeah, we do.
Is the brother older?
Yeah, you
Can
don't
I
know
ask
this.
that?
You can't. You,
I don't remember. I know it's been said, but I don't remember.
I'll let Erica decide what she does and doesn't want to answer.
Yeah, you can know he's in between us.
Okay. So,
Yeah, Erica's the
Yeah.
oldest, and Robert is in the middle. The
okay.
front, and I know he loves me when he becomes a patron of ours.
The brother you've had your entire life.
Yeah, I've also had him my entire life.
But here's the thing. You are not the brother they've had their entire lives.
Exactly,
Nope.
Erica. That's a statement I can say, but Erica can't.
I cannot. I lived a good 3-4 years without you, and it was
Of freedom.
miraculous.
Yeah, yeah. And then I popped up on New Year's Day, and we're trying to figure out how many little toddlers my mom was
Yeah.
accountable for at that time. When I ruined your
I'm
life.
just going to go with 4.
All right,
Do
you're
I
locking
say?
in 4. Yeah.
Yep.
Why don't you've listened enough?
I don't
You
know
can be
how
like,
this
you locking
goes.
in. You say you
You
locking
locking
in
in-
4, John,
You locking in 4?
Yep.
and then you let us know if it's correct or not.
Oh no! Yes, it is.
It is correct.
How about I not do this part?
Okay, how about I do this part and then you explain. John, you guessed right. That's incredible.
Yay.
I can't believe you guessed 4 because usually when we do these number questions, it's either like maybe I do this. I either choose the lowest or the highest, but you just threw a dartboard and you got it.
Yeah.
Well, I
So-
figured it was your brother and sister, and then maybe like 2 cousins.
Oh my gosh,
Ah,
John!
that's-
Bonus points. I guess that's not
Exactly.
that bizarre.
I
is it?
know.
So Erica, here, since I'll do the revealing of the answers, you can tell the
can
story.
I can explain it a bit. Yeah. So, yeah, my cousins Marissa and Monica, who are about my age, were over because their parents were out having fun on New Year's. So, I guess the story is the two of them missed their mom so much, and were just crying and were handfuls. And as soon as my mom got them to go to sleep, that's when she went into labor. And so, yeah. So then my grandma came over and watched all of us and were in charge of us as she gave birth to Kevin.
Fun.
Yeah. The long running family joke is that I heard how much fun everyone was having from all the screaming my cousins were doing, and I was like, I want out. Let me out of here. And I came out on New Year's Day at like 9 or 10 in the morning, something like that.
Yeah.
John, good job, man. You're 1 for 1.
Yeah, and then you ruined the rest of the year for her.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. So much for any New Year's resolutions you had, because I just ruined all those. All right, so let's see. So Eric and I are both going to be quizzed on New Year's history here. You ready? You ready to
Yeah.
get us going? Oh my God.
So, was January 1st always the start of the new year? Yes or no?
Wow, man, it's so.
Th-
It's so
this is your
crazy.
true or false for the quiz.
Yeah, it's essentially true or false. It's
In
crazy
America?
to even. Yeah, like within our
No,
culture,
Just in general.
in the world's history.
Yeah.
It was January 1st.
Yeah, see that makes me think, because I know that our calendar is not the one and only that ever existed.
I know.
was a good- That was a good
Not
question,
much.
Erica. You know not much about this.
I know not much about. Yeah, our calendar is like, isn't there like an Aztec calendar? I don't know.
Mhm. I got a
but
Spice
maybe-
Girls calendar for Christmas that I got myself.
Yeah, you did.
I got it for a white elephant, and then when the person opened it, I stole it from them. I stole my own gift. Spice Girls calendar
he-
and a New Kids on the Block ornament.
That's what he stole it for. He was like, I really want that ornament.
I really wanted the New Kids on the Block ornament. That's what I did it for. And now I have a Spice Girls calendar that I got to put up somewhere. The Spice Girls calendar does say January 1st. Do you know what you're going to choose, Erica? I know what I'm going to choose.
I know what I'm going to choose. Yep.
Okay.
I'm going with yes. I just feel like, yeah, sure.
I'm going to say no then. All right. So we're getting it started right off the bat. So, John, what do we got?
Kevin. Erica.
Oh, Erica.
Womp womp.
So the answer is no. It was not always January 1st. From what I've been reading, there's the Gregorian calendar, which is kind of what we use now, with the 12 months and everything like that. Before that was the Julian calendar, which was based off of the Roman calendar. And so the day changed. It changed throughout history. Even up until now. Even the Chinese New Year and everything has always been later than what Europe
Yeah.
has used. But even within European culture, Roman culture, it's been different throughout the ages. So
What's the thought process behind choosing a first day of the year? Do you know? Like, is it like the schedule of the sun, or like how cultures chosen that in the past?
it doesn't really say a whole lot other than some were aligned with this, with the birthday of like Emperor Augustus, which was August 29th.
Wow.
That was August 23rd, or September 23rd.
So would September 23rd,
so-
that was the start of the year for a certain calendar?
Yep.
That's so foreign. That's such a foreign idea, to even route, like, what?
Yeah.
How
I
January
mean,
1st?
and January 1st was kind of seen also as the beginning of, I think it was the Senate sessions. The beginning in January was kind of when the Senate sessions would start, the Roman Senate, and so they just, I guess, or consuls, were inaugurated then. So I think that kind of that was why Rome chose January 1st.
Okay. Fun fact of the day, January 1st was not always the start of the year. But it is
Exactly.
now. It is now. It's all we know. I don't know if that'll ever change, but we'll see.
In Western culture.
In Western culture, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. We're recording this a few days before New Year's, and in Australia, it's already the New Year right now. They're already shooting out the
What?
fireworks. I think is that how the time zones work?
Nuh-uh.
No, no,
What
no.
day
Oh
are
no.
we?
Yeah,
No,
because
today's the 27th.
they're like 4.5 days ahead of us, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? No, did I make that up?
No.
No.
They're less ahead of me than they are of you.
I'm glad. I just hope that's not a question on the quiz because I clearly would have missed that.
Oh, gosh.
All right, Erica. Erica, why don't you get as a total update? John and I are both 1 for 1. Erica's 0 for 1, but you get to ask the next birthday question.
All right. So, why did Kevin have a sweet 16 party? Because our mom always said she wanted him to be a girl. For bragging rights that he wasn't the only boy in school to have for bragging rights that he was the only boy in school to have a sweet 16. Because I didn't have one. Because Will Smith threw one for himself in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I mean, I could see number 1 being true, but not as to the reason why you had the Sweet 16 party.
That was the one that says because my mom always
Right.
wanted me to be a girl.
Mm-hmm.
I could see number 2 and 4 pretty clearly being reasons.
2 is for bragging rights that I was the only boy in
Right.
school to have a sweet 16.
Or because Will Smith threw one on Fresh Prince. I mean, we both grew up on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
He did.
So,
He did.
Yeah.
or I guess all 3 of us did.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is Erica want to experience things she didn't get to have through you, Kevin?
Interesting. So you're talking about the third option,
Right.
now, because Erica didn't get one. Wow.
Do you let
Sounds
her
like
live
this-
vicariously through you?
Yeah. I'm hearing an argument.
No.
Right.
I'm impressed with these options. You did a good job.
Right?
Erica.
No, they're very good.
Thanks.
I honestly don't remember if Will Smith threw one on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
It would be funny if he busted out his DVD collection of Fresh Prince and he's like, I know for a
I
fact
don't
that-"
even think we have to do DVD. I think it's all on HBO now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It is. Yeah. But you couldn't
I'm
bust
gonna
out
go
that
with-
collection in front of us.
Yeah. I'm gonna go out with bragging rights, though. That you would be the only one to have done that.
For bragging rights that I'd be the only boy in
Yep.
school to have a sweet 16 that is incorrect.
Oh,
Sorry. What do we got, Erica? What is it?
So the real reason was because I myself didn't have a sweet 16 party. Kevin was like, well, I'm going to do it then. So it wasn't even so I could live vicariously through him. It was just to like show me up.
It wasn't even in the sweet way that John outlined it. Right when you said that, I was like, "Oh man, I'm a bag." And it is funny looking back because, like, look, I mean, Erica and I are very close now, and we get along
Yeah.
very well. But growing up, my brother and I are 13 months apart, and even though we were the younger siblings, we tormented Erica just because we
Yeah,
were
they
two
did.
boy. We ganged up on her a lot, and so it was always so. There's certain regrets that I have about, and I don't think I was ever, insanely. She definitely would be like the butt of a joke a lot for me, and I
Always.
do apologize, and I think I hopefully have made up for it in being a good sibling as an adult. But that was very
Totally.
much like
Totally.
Erica didn't get a sweet 16, so I'm gonna have one. And all we did was we put up a sign that said "Happy Sweet 16, Kevin," which is, and then we had like a slumber party. I had friends over, and it was a lot of fun. But what's funny about that sign, I don't know if you remember this, Erica. Maybe not because you were already out of the house.
Uh-huh.
We like 4 or 5 years or maybe more, and just put a number over it every year.
Yes.
So we'd cross out 16 and put 17, and then we put 18 over it. And
Uh-huh.
it was up for a while.
I do remember seeing that, like coming home and seeing that with the numbers.
It stayed up year
Oh,
round.
man.
So, anyways, forever I can say I had a sweet 16, and my sister.
so
did
so
not.
maybe this year you just need to have a super soft birthday.
Wait,
Have
what?
you ever watched Letterkenny?
Oh no.
No, letter what? I don't even know what that is.
Letterkenny.
No,
It's a
I've never even
fantastic
heard of-
Canadian show.
Oh
Hulu.
my gosh. So
You
so
should go
what?
watch
What? Okay, all right.
Not for
No,
kids.
not for kids. Kids do not watch it.
No.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll watch it and then I'll come back to you understanding the reference.
Okay.
All right, John. 1 for 2 on
Yep.
Kevin's birthday quiz, and Eric and I are gonna see how we do. I'm 1 for 1. She's 0 for 1 on New Year's. Let's see what number 2 brings.
So, the first question was asking when did January 1st kind of become the beginning of the new year. But what century, or in which century did the majority of Europe switch to using January 1st as the beginning of the new year?
Oh man.
Hmm.
And what do we got?
The 14th, 15th, 16th, or 17th century?
Okay.
Erica, how are you with history? Because I'm terrible.
Oh.
History was never my thing.
No, I'm with you. Like every time you talk about history and you're like, I have no idea like where in time this was, like that's me too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I know a lot of historical things and things that happened, but I cannot place them on a timeline for the life of me.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what happened in the 1600s versus the 1700s. I really don't.
Yeah.
It's awful, but like I don't know, my brain doesn't work that way to hold it.
Yeah, Erica and I are pretty similar. We definitely have different areas of strength, but for the most part, more like than like my other sibling is. And he would say
Yeah.
the same. He knows that it's not
Yeah.
it's not a knock on him. And I think neither of us are really good at holding on to like random facts and being able to point back to them or quoting movies. That's not a skill that we have. So I think that kind of all relates. But so I have no idea what was going. This is much like the first question for you, John, where I'm just gonna pick one.
The majority are switched to using January 1st.
I know which one
Okay.
I'm gonna pick.
Because if it's the 15th century, that means it's the 1600s, right?
No,
Yeah.
1400.
Oh,
it's
it's
the
the
other way.
1400s. Other way around.
I would have said the same thing. Yeah.
Okay, so if it's the 17th century,
That almost
it's
made
the
me change my
1600s.
answer.
All right, let me figure out what I gotta math this for me. If it's the 16th century, it's the 1500s.
Correct.
Okay, that's what I want. I'm going with 16th, and I just gotta blurt it out, otherwise I'll forget.
Yeah. All right. I chose the same one, so you won't be able to catch me with this. But yeah, I chose 16th also. How did we do? Hey, we both got it. Nice.
Yeah, it was, the 16th century or also the 1500s is when the majority of Europe accepted January 1st as the beginning of the new year. Before that, a lot of places used December 25th.
Oh, I was gonna
As
say that
the beginning
earlier.
of the
Like,
year.
that seems like that would have been the choice, just based on last week's episode. That was such a
Right.
coveted day. You know.
Yeah. March 25th, in honor of Lady Day or the Feast of the Annunciation, the date of the conception of Jesus.
That's what I was.
That's
I
right.
knew that. I knew that fact from you, John. You taught me that.
And some also used the Feast of Easter, which moves around. But so
Wow.
it wasn't always the same day of the year either. It depended on, whatever they were going off of.
Interesting.
But so then sometime in the 1500s, that's when they finally said January 1st. You're in.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was also part of why I think they chose January 1st, because of Christianity, was because that is the feast of the circumcision.
Ew.
That sounds
Because
delicious.
evidently, right? Because in Jewish culture, from my understanding, they circumcise 8 days after birth, or seven or 8 days after birth, which would be January 1st.
In the pre-show, we were talking about how maybe there'll be some roasting of Erica, and I feel like I'm setting up a volleyball right now. Is there any? This is a weird thing to ask my sister.
Yes,
probably
I
because it's a good
know.
story, but you know what
I
I'm
already
getting at,
know
right?
what you're going. I already know
You
what
want-
you're getting at.
You want to tell this
Yeah.
story?
Yeah, Kevin and his best friend Danny were hanging out at my apartment, in the college days, and we're having fun. And come to find out, they didn't know whether or not they were circumcised.
We had no clue.
They didn't
We
know
were-
what that meant or what it was, and we were like, "What?"
Yeah, we were 18 and 19 years old, and my brother
Did you go
and,
Googling?
and my friend Danny, and this was before smartphones.
It's kind of
so-
before.
But but you're exactly right. We got on Erica's
On
old
my
Mac
computer.
computer, the purple, the
Purple one.
We Googled some images that are not NSFW, not safe for work, and we were like, "Mine looks like that. I'm circumcised. What?" I thought that was only something Jewish people did. I had
Yeah.
no context for what
Right.
circumcised and non-circumcised meant. So that was I learned
Yeah.
at the tender ripe age of 18 or 19 years old.
They were cracking us up. They're like, "But we're not Jewish."
Yeah. Danny kept saying, "Am I Jewish? What does this mean?" It was a very confusing time for us.
It was.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. That was a good job, Erica.
Mhm.
All right. Are we ready for number 3 on my birthday fun, where we're all
Yep.
1 for 2 currently, right? No, I'm 2 for 2.
You're 2 for 2.
Ooh,
You
nice,
two are 1 for
nice.
2. All right.
All right.
Kevin's
all right.
birthday, number 3, Erica.
Kevin's birthday number 3. A member of which boy band wished Kevin a happy birthday on his 18th birthday? 98 Degrees, O-Town, LFO, Backstreet Boys.
I mean, I
John,
think it's
how
kind of telling that she didn't put In Sync on there,
Yeah.
which makes me think maybe it's either O Town or LFO.
Are you familiar with all 4 of these boy bands?
O Town is probably my least familiar.
Okay. You at least recognize the name?
Oh yeah, no, I know
Okay,
the
gotcha.
names.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
that's more what I meant. Yeah. 98 Degrees,
Oh.
O-Town, LFO, or Backstreet Boys.
And LFO had the song Summer Girls, right?
Girls of the Sun. Yeah, which is
Yeah.
that's a pretty good song, man.
It is. It's catchy.
It is a very
Like
Abercrombie
it
and Fitch.
occasionally just pops into my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good
Every
one, man.
time I see an Abercrombie and Fitch store, that's what goes in my head.
Mine.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because we're all in the relatively same generation. You talk to anyone
Right.
maybe 5 or more, 5, 6, 7 years younger than us, they'd have no idea Abercrombie.
Or
and Fitch
like when
was talking
somebody
about.
ends the sentence in the with the word truck, my mind immediately goes what?
Dun, 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 dun. Right? Dumps like a truck.
Yeah.
What? Oh my gosh! Yeah, that's something. Now that's gonna happen to me from now on.
Right? Like without fail, that is always what goes through my head.
We need a drop that says what just to be ready for any time somebody ends a sentence with truck.
Yes. Yes.
I'm just gonna go with LFO because I figured it may not be one of the 2 or bigger ones, 98 Degrees and Backstreet Boys, but LFO is still fairly big, and I'm guessing it happened at Disneyland.
I love it. I love it.
I know. I like the thought
All right,
process.
LFO at Disneyland. You're locking it in.
Yeah.
That is incorrect on both fronts. You are right that it happened at a major event of sorts. I'll let Erica reveal the answer.
Yeah, it was actually O-Town. So yeah, one of
I was close.
you were
Yeah.
close with knowing it's like not one of the bigger names, but yeah, still name. And we were you a chaperone too, or just
No,
me?
well, no, I
can't
was
remember.
I was still a youth. It was a church.
Yeah, because you
event.
were 17 and you turned 18.
Yeah.
So we went to this church event where I chaperoned to sleep out at the Pasadena Rose Parade. And so we slept out there and then got to have the floats go right by us. And so on one of those floats was O-Town. And yeah, I think we were just like yelling like, it's his birthday. And yeah. And then Kevin can tell like the guy, I don't remember the guy's name, but he like
Oh, I
pointed at
remember.
Kevin and yeah, you
Yeah.
tell that part.
Oh
It's
my God,
yours.
it was the most glorious. Because we like literally, you sleep out on Colorado Boulevard. We hardly slept at all. We stayed up all night. It was one of my it was probably my most memorable birthday until my 30th, which I know we're gonna get into it in a little bit later. But the context of this is that there was a she was like a middle school girl at the church whose dad taught at a high school, I think in Rancho Cucamonga, and had Trevor from O-Town as a student. So I already had a connection. She like
That's
I,
right.
I for whatever reason at 17, 18 was somewhat jokingly obsessed with O-Town. Like that was the thing that I realized made me fun. Oh, if I say I like this boy band, then people will laugh at it. So I was obsessed with O-Town and wanted to be friends with Trevor because I had a connection to him. And then the float goes by and all 5 members of O-Town are on it and everybody knows that O-Town is my thing and they all start yelling to them, hey, it's his birthday. And they're pointing to me, yelling, we're screaming at the top of our lungs. Trevor turns around as it's passing and he looks and he's like, puts his hand to his ear like, what? And then we all together say, it's his birthday. And I'll never forget because he points right at me, like very direct and very deliberate and says, happy birthday. And he like mouths it very clearly. And in my memory, I basically faint. I just like,
Yeah.
and I my hands to my heart, and we were all screaming. It was the most magical thing in the world. Trevor from if Trevor from O-Town is listening to this, man, hit us up. Follow Lack of Genius podcast and show, because I freaking love you, man.
Whenever I watch the Rose Bowl parade, I always laugh at how bundled up people are.
Oh.
It
But
was
it's
cold,
freaking
John.
freezing. It is so cold. We had to like sleep like sardines to stay warm.
Yeah, it was cold.
I know. We're babies out here.
Or like whenever you see a team, you can obviously tell who the local fans are from the team that like from a Midwest, like if Purdue or whatnot makes it to the Rose Bowl, you can always tell who are from the Midwest at the Rose Bowl parade because
They're
they're the
in
ones
t-shirts and
out there, and yeah.
They're like, this is awesome. We're like, this is...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it got up into the 60s today here, which is
Oh,
abnormal,
nice.
but-
You actually may be beating us. It's pretty
I
cool.
think
It is
so.
pretty cool. It's probably about the same here. It's about 6.
Yeah.
It's raining.
Well, I mean, it's 54 now, but it got up into the 60s.
Let's see what it is.
Yeah, what is it, Erica? Let's have a competition.
Let's see.
Here. Whoever's coldest gets a point.
It is 51.
Oh,
And
we're
it-
colder. Wow.
and it feels
that's-
like 48.
And it's 3 hours later there. That's amazing. That's a rarity.
Here, so
I'm also in
Yeah.
Chino, so I'm in a different city than you. So you might be a few degrees warmer, Kev. But
That's true. I may actually be 54. Let's just say we
I
tied.
actually I have 51. Looking at my phone.
Oh, you are. So you
Oh,
are.
Oh, we're
51.
tied. You're tied.
Wow. Okay.
Let me
well,
see.
now I
Let me
gotta
look.
up mine.
Now I'm gonna look up yours. I just did. Oh wait, you're not Lomita. You look up yours.
90064. What is the current temperature? 50 degrees in Los Angeles,
Oh,
California.
you
So I'm
win.
the coldest. It's the coldest here. That's why I'm
Ah.
wearing my insulated vest today. Because it's just so chilly here. So extra point for Kevin. Okay, not really. So where are we at? I'm let's see, John, you're 1 for 3 now, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then I'm 2 for 2. Erica's 1 for 2. So we got a lot happening. We got a lot happening.
We
here.
do.
Let's see how we do on number 3 for New Year's.
All right.
So, in the last question, I asked, what century did the majority of Europe switch? And that was in the 16th century, the 1500s. It took until the 1750s for England and its empire, except for Scotland, to switch. So, what day did England and its empire, except for Scotland, because they'd already switched before,
Okay.
use as its new year until 1750?
Okay.
70, 50.
March 25th, January 13th, December 25th, or January 8th?
Yeah, I'm wondering. You did not give away the answer, but I'm wondering if this is one of those things where you're like, oh man, I said too many dates in the last one, or maybe you did a little
I
bit.
know.
But I actually really did remember right when you said March 25th. I was like, oh yeah, that's the conception day, which is a weird day. I don't like the name of that day, Conception Day. But yeah, what are you thinking, Erica?
But that's kind of what I'm going with. I'm thinking because I just learned about the conception day at your last podcast, and I'm thinking, wow, I never really knew about that date, and it seems like it's very important. So I'm gonna go with March 25th. I think England was like, yes, let's use Jesus's conception date.
Yeah, I'm torn. I mean, look, it could be January 8th and January 13th super randomly, but I don't know what the significance there would be. So I'm between March 25th and December 25th. I do know last week's quiz, John, that you said England. What was it? Was it England that wanted to ban New Year's because of the misbehaviors that occur?
That was
occurred?
Christmas.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that was Christmas Day. So does that mean they're not a big fan of Christmas? So what would they use that as their New Year? I'm not sure. I want to make things interesting in the quiz though, so I want to choose something different than Erica. So I'm going to say December 25th.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, I'm locking it in.
Kevin?
Oh.
Erica?
Oh, wow, all right. Tied it up. Two for 3 for each of us.
It was March 25th.
Okay, Conception
Nice.
Days.
So that January 13th was a day that was used in Wales, in parts of Wales, and that is mainly because up until a certain point, some places still used the Julian calendar, and some used the Gregorian calendar. And at one point in time, there was like an 11 or 12 day difference.
Oh,
And so some people using the Julian calendar still celebrated on January 13th.
oh, they actually did. So that's what the
Yeah.
significance of that choice was, having it in
Right.
there.
Yeah, and I think the other one was just a random day that I picked.
If you'd gone one day earlier, you would have gotten our mom's birthday, January 7th. So I was hoping, wasn't meant to be. So as Erica was thinking through her answer, she mentioned that, yeah, I did learn this from the podcast last week on Christmas. There were just so many. Okay, so my sister got me the coolest gift. She got me an original Thomas Dam troll doll. Which I
Right.
sent you a picture of, John, and it even has a and if you listen to our troll episode, this was the inventor of trolls. It even has like a date on it, stamped on it, 1977. And my brother's girlfriend Brooke, who's a patron of ours, got me my original punk rock troll that I had when I was a kid, and both are on display. But things just kept coming up throughout the morning where we were like, oh, yeah, we learned that on your podcast. Oh, I learned this on your podcast. I learned this on. And the joke is my dad listens. He's not caught up. My mom doesn't listen at all. She's just,
Right.
and it's not because she doesn't support it. In fact, she's monetarily supported us some, but she just doesn't really listen to podcasts. So we kept saying like, yeah, Mom, like, well, why don't you go ahead and tell the story about that we learned from my podcast? We kept throwing that in her face. So that was fun.
It was.
That was a lot of fun. Okay, I have to take my weekly pause to cure Coconut because he's chewing my dresser to pieces. So hang on
Oh,
one
man.
second. Okay.
All right. To cure coconut. Oh yeah, bathroom. I'm gonna drink my Gatorade.
See, what you don't know, Erica, is occasionally we leave messages for Kevin, and he leaves messages for me during editing. So if you want to just say something really silly, now is that time.
I'll get my mic here.
Or if you just want to tell him how horrible of
I
a
know.
brother he is,
I
you can
know.
do that too.
Yeah, like we all know you're the favorite, so. What else? Yeah. That's pretty funny.
It also tells us if he's actually paying attention while he edits too.
Yeah, like if you even listen through this, or if he just is like, oh, I know, I'm gonna fast forward till I hear my voice.
Right.
I bet that's what he does.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out.
All right. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but
You should have heard what she told me.
will I hear it? Will I have to go back and listen back on my own, or are you gonna tell me?
Oh, yeah,
Okay. All right.
it's not my place to say.
All right. I'll listen later. I'll text it
I
to you.
hope you'll listen later.
I will.
Later.
Yeah.
I don't really have a choice.
You're the editor.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So what just happened? Erica and I are both 2 for 3. John, you're 1 for 3. So you're trying to tie us up here with the number 4 in the quiz that Erica made for us. Kevin's birthday quiz. You ready, Erica? You want to ask it?
I am ready. All right, number 4. Ooh, this is a true or false.
There you go, John.
Kevin's greatest. Oh, here we go. True or false? Kevin's greatest hits were released on CD on his 30th birthday.
I feel like I've heard this before. So I'm going to go with true.
Locking in true, John.
Yep.
You have heard this before. Well done.
Yeah, he didn't know that it was going to be released
Yes.
though. So yeah, we put them all together. I kind of just like pulled songs I could find off the, wherever. I mean, we really just pulled them everywhere and recorded a bunch of them onto disc, made a cover. And then we also made him perform live in front of everyone on his
Yeah.
birthday too.
Yeah, as I alluded to earlier, my 30th birthday definitely stands out to me as my favorite birthday of all time, just because we'll get a little more into how they pulled this off, but they threw a surprise birthday party for me, which is hard to do on New Year's Day. We usually celebrate on New Year's Eve, and usually if there's a party because it's being planned. And they had a decoy party planned for me, which is we're just gonna gather and play games, which is something that I like. But I was like, it's my 30th birthday. Is that really all we're doing? And when they brought me into the house, everyone was there. The theme was,
Yeah.
the theme was "The future is now," because that was a joke that I always made. Like anytime somebody like took a picture with their phone, I was like, your phone takes pictures? Wow, the future is now. We made it. So everybody dressed up as whatever interpretation of the future that they saw. And so my brother, he got a suit at the Goodwill for me, and he painted it with silver fabric paint. So I had this like futuristic silver suit on. And as I walked around the house, they were showing me everything that they had planned for me. And one of them was all these flyers were posted around the house that said Kevin Schott's album release party performance tonight at 8 p.m. or whatever. And they made a little CD. And yeah, like Erica said, there were some that I had on like Bandcamp pages, like fully recorded, but they also ripped anything from YouTube. They ripped the audio of. There were songs on there that I was actually kind of like embarrassed of. I was like, I can't believe you put this on here. But everyone, I don't know if you remember this, Erica. Oh my God!
What?
Like, look, it was my birthday. I don't encourage drinking to an extent, but we had a lot of drinks that night.
Oh yeah.
And people started asking me to sign their CD for them, and I made it a point to sign something different every time. And I wish I could. Do you even have any idea what? I remember you had it out for a long time, but
I know.
This isn't that funny, but I probably put something like "You are my sister, Kevin." Like love.
I feel like that is what you said.
I had so much fun, and it's like sloppy writing, and I just signed everybody's. That was a lot of fun. So those are collector items out there. Some people have original signed copies of mine. And yeah, and then I'll never forget, because I had to perform that night. They had an amp and a mic set up in the backyard.
Like professional stuff.
Yeah, it was really good. And I went in my room really quick and practiced like 5 songs, because I was like, I don't play my songs every day. And it was so much. And the last story I'll share, as you can tell, I light up when I talk about this because it was so much fun. But after performing a song, I led a chant in Kevin, Kevin, Kevin. I got everybody to chant.
Yeah.
It wasn't like somebody else started it. I started it for myself.
Yeah.
It shows you how much love I need. Okay, good job, Erica. Wow. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
And I will take this opportunity to publicly thank you and all those who planned my birthday. That was that was so much fun.
It was fun. It was fun to plan.
I'm expecting the same for my 37th. I'm sure it's all happening behind the scenes right now. Up in terms of how many you have correct, but you're a question ahead of us. So you're 2 for 4 now, and Eric and I are each 2 for 3 heading into number 4.
So, at least in the Western world, one of the main songs that gets sung on New Year's Eve, or at New Year's Day, I guess, technically, at the stroke of midnight, depending on where you're at, is Auld Lang Syne. What does Auld Lang Syne mean? Auld Lang Syne, days gone by, old math, or it's the name of a person.
And for clarification, Auld Lang Syne, the song, it's the first word is AULD, which is hilarious because that's also American Ultimate Disc League, but it's pronounced old. And the first choice is old as in OLD Lang Syne.
Right.
So that's the differentiation. I will take this opportunity to say that Real Big Fish does a really great cover of this song. It's as expected, it's horns and it's kind of ska-like, but I actually put it on my Christmas mix list that I've been listening to the last couple weeks, and it's super good. I think I know what I want to pick.
I don't know, but I know what I want to pick.
Yeah, I don't know this for sure, but wow, I don't think it's the name of a person, is it? What are you thinking, Erica? I think I know what I'm picking.
I don't think it's the name of a person because it's like, should old acquaintance be forgot? So you're talking about like old acquaintances. So for that, it makes me lean to Days Gone By, like you're talking about the past.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, and it's interesting because it does make me wonder if AULD, old, does mean old, but in the translation, it's kind of like old days. Old days have
Yeah.
passed, so it roughly translates to days gone by. So
Yeah.
that's what it sounds like we're both choosing days gone by. That's what I'm choosing. Is that what you're choosing?
Yeah, that's what I'm choosing.
All right, we're both choosing.
And you are.
Yay!
Go us.
Yeah. So the song itself stems from the 1700s. It's actually not that old.
Wow, yeah.
Well, the poem was written in 1788, and it was then set to a more traditional Scots tune or Scottish tune. But the poem was written in Scots. So you're right.
Oh.
Old Lang Syne, AULD is old. And so it just basically means days gone by, or the more literal translation is old long since.
Oh, old long
Makes
sense.
sense.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and in the chorus, it's saying "Old Lang Syne, my dear." That's basically for the sake of old times.
Oh,
It's basically reminiscing on, should we think about the old times or should we move forward?
wow.
I like
But-
that.
Yeah.
You can kind of do both while staying present.
Mm-hmm.
All you can do all three at the same time.
Oh,
That's
and
really
you
sweet.
know
And-
what? Yeah, when I was in England, I celebrated New Year's there, and they were straight singing that song, like as we were like all walking back to the tube or whatever. Like it's bigger there, like for
Yeah,
reals.
I would guess the average American does not know the lyrics. I don't.
Mm.
But they definitely know the tune.
They know
Yeah.
they know the melody, they know the
Yeah.
tune, and it's definitely representative of New Year's. But you wouldn't be walking down the street and hearing everybody singing it.
Uh-huh.
We
Right.
should change. We should revolutionize.
Right.
All three of us.
This
Let's
year.
commit right now to stepping out in the streets at midnight and singing it on a loop. Yeah, we're putting our hands in.
There's 5
Hands
verses.
in, John. Wow, we're gonna have to learn a lot.
Oh my gosh. I'll learn the first
and-
one.
And if
Okay.
you go to the Wikipedia page for the song,
Uh-huh.
and if you scroll down about halfway, you'll have the original lyrics for the original verses. It's in Scots.
Okay.
And then there's the standard English version. So some of the words have been rewritten. So instead of should old acquaintance be forgot, it's should old acquaintance be forgot.
Okay.
But then they've got a Scots pronunciation guide. So as if a
Ooh.
Scots
Nice.
speaker would sound. And
Oh.
it's written to where you, as an English speaker, could read it.
That's how I want to do it. I'm going to learn it that way.
Yeah. I feel like I could do it. I speak to my dog in a Scottish. I say, "You're my little laddie boy, yeah. You're my little laddie boy, yeah." Is that close? No, it's my little laddie boy. I could hear that song with a mean accordion. I could hear that. I could hear like a or a fiddle, like a mean Scottish fiddle. And the other thing that I realized is that it's AUDL and this is AULD. My dyslexia was
Right.
making me think they were the same, but they're very close. Same letters, just mixed up differently.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah, I mean, and AULD gets used, and I know at least in some Irish songs as well. Like it's called the Old Triangle. But it's basically just saying the Old Triangle. Talking about, I think the dinner bell type triangle.
Oh, yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's what it talks about. So.
Well,
Yeah.
I think, if I feel like every episode I want to choose a John knowledge bomb, and I think this might be it because I never really knew the meaning of that song. And now when I hear "Should old acquaintance be forgot," they're literally asking, should we move to the future? And that's such a existential question, right? And I'm
And
gonna
it's
hear it
something that
differently
the
from now
Scots tend to ask, those existential. If you've looked at philosophy.
That's great. That's
So-
cool. Well, it's
That's
gonna
cool.
have a whole new meaning at midnight when I hear that song in my head, or when I'm singing it on the street. I guess is what I'll be doing.
Yes, because we're all going to be singing it on the street. this year.
Yes, we've all made a commitment, John. All right, nice work, John. So Eric and I just went 3 for 4. You are 2 for 4. You got to get this one right to potentially tie. And this is the last question,
All right,
right? On my
last
birthday.
one.
Yep.
All right, what
Yeah,
we
last
got?
one. Number 5. Which of these is not something Kevin did on his 30th birthday scavenger hunt? So, a little backstory: we had him go on a scavenger hunt, and we called it the scavenger hunt. So,
Instead
which of
you
these?
take the cabin and you put Kevin into it. Scavenger hunt. Well, not everybody's reading the question,
Yeah,
so I'm just
that's
making
true.
sure I'm.
It is true. It is true. So, which of these is not something Kevin did on his 30th birthday scavenger hunt? A. Dance to Bye 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 on a bus stop bench. Order a Yummylicious birthday shot at a local dive bar. Participate in a hot dog eating contest with a dog. Or film a documentary segment on the reproductive anatomy of ducks.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, that last one seems so specific that I feel like that's something that he had to have done. But at the same time, how would he have known about the reproductive anatomy of ducks?
Look who you're talking to. Come on. I may not know anything about history, but don't you think I'd know about reproductive anatomy of ducks? I'm just saying. That is a
I
great
mean, I
question,
could
John.
definitely see you participate in a hot dog eating contest with a dog and probably lose.
You can see that, but you can't see me knowing about anatomy of ducks.
No. What would you consider a Yummylicious birthday shot?
Something that tastes really great. It's Yummylicious.
I get. What is interesting is that's by definition that sounds very objective, right? It's
Right.
What is Yummylicious to me may be the opposite of Yummylicious to you, John.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite shot to give to people on their birthdays, this is after they've had quite a few drinks. It's called a red herring,
Oh.
and it's just a
What
shot
is-
of grenadine.
Oh, that sounds so good. That is my favorite shot. I would take that. But they don't know that. It's called a red herring.
Right.
That's so brilliant. I don't did you make that up? And if you didn't, can you just say
Yeah, I
you
did. No,
Did you really make that up?
Yeah, one night at the inn in Manchester.
Oh yes,
I
that's
forget
bar-
whose
that's-
birthday it was, but
Oh, that's
That's
the old
funny.
county bar at Manchester College where John and I met. That's great, John. I'm gonna do that. That's so clever. That would also make that does sound like a very Yummylicious shot. I will say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna feel like you didn't film the documentary segment.
You're gonna choose D, film a documentary segment on the reproductive anatomy of ducks. And I
Right.
did not do that on my scavenger hunt.
Exactly.
All right, John, that is incorrect.
Oh,
I did do that. Go ahead, Erica.
would you
Did.
care to
I-
elude us on the reproductive?
Yeah.
I know a very minimal amount. What's the correct answer, Erica? And then we'll get.
So first the correct answer is he did not dance to Bye 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 on a bus stop bench.
That was a great choice, though, Erica, because when I was reading through
yeah.
these, I was like, wow, any of these sound doable.
Right.
So yeah, go ahead. Explain
And-
what the scavenger hunt was, Erica, and then we'll. Do the
Okay,
rest.
and I just have to, my Mac's gonna die, so hold on a minute.
No. How unprepared. She's got a walk-in closet.
I do not.
I know, me neither. Well, actually, I sort of do. Did I? You could literally stand in it. Like that's about it. It's pretty nice.
I don't know if there's an outlet in this closet.
No. Yeah, that's an interesting. Dude, people who make houses think a walk-in closet will need electricity. This thing looks like it could be a room.
Right.
Our friends, the Morettis, had a walk-in closet at their house, and when they were renovating their house, the youngest kid actually used that as their temporary room. It was that big.
Found one.
All right.
Yay.
All right. So let's start it. So to to talk about the documentary that Kevin had to film.
Yeah.
So
oh,
he
yeah. Go ahead.
or
go ahead.
what?
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say the general idea of the scavenger hunt.
Oh yeah, the scavenger hunt. It was just we had him. Really, it was a ploy to get him out and about so we could get the party set up. My
Party
other
was gonna be
brother
yeah, where we
at
live.
Robert's house and where Kevin lives or lived at the time. So it was so Robert and everyone can get that set up. So we took him out and basically it was like clues. There were people that he knew in his life. We would meet up with them along the way. So like he had to play beer pong against two of our good friends in Torrance and um, things like that. And so one and some of them were just silly ones. So like the Anatomy of Ducks, that was a take on him. He used to film these little things called Kevin's Nature Corner. and then and it was like in his backyard or whatever. So we just decided, well, let's do a play on that, but we're going to make him talk about the ducks at Averill Park in San Pedro because we had just learned the fact that ducks had corkscrew penises and it sounded so awful and we were appalled. And
Yeah.
so, yeah.
We would watch these weird nature videos when we would hang ranks, and like I think there were some funny ones that had funny narration over them. I remember we would bust up at them, but yeah, the male reproductive organ of a duck is a corkscrew, and so they were very specific in that clue, knowing that I knew this fact that I don't even remember what I said. I don't, but like it was a nice little throwback to something that I did, these video series, and to a fact that I that we had just learned. So that's why I knew the anatomy of a duck. And yeah, the Yummylicious birthday shot was the second. That was the first place we went. We had to go. I had to figure out that we had to go to the local dive bar, and they gave me like a pineapple upside down shot cake or something like that, and it was super good.
It was mostly we put it in there just to embarrass him. Like he had to use those exact words. Like he had to go up and ask for Yummylicious birthday
like
shot.
a Yummylicious birthday shot, and I don't know. Thankfully, it was a nice older lady, and she thought it was hilarious, and so she ordered one up for me. I had to race against my parents' dog Penny in a hot dog eating contest that we 100% thought she would destroy me on, but I remember she didn't. It was like she was just sort of like casually her.
Yeah, we were shocked.
I won that, and let's see, and I didn't do the bye. What I remember and what Eric and I were talking about the other day is the very last place that I went was Point Furman in San Pedro, and this is it's where the Korean Bell is, which if you've ever seen The Usual Suspects, there's a scene where they're in front of this bell, this giant bell that's filmed up there. And there's this cool basketball court with these like cement posts, curved posts that looks over the cliffs, and all I remember is that Kobe Bryant filmed a commercial there, and there was a Capri Sun commercial there. Like so I had to figure out that we had to go there, and my goal was I had to make 3 free throws in a row, which is like for not playing basketball very often. Like, hang on a second.
Right.
For not playing basketball very often, that's a hard thing to do, and I couldn't remember exactly how it went. I think maybe I missed the first one, and then I made 3 in a row. I actually did it. And my memory is that I threw everyone for a loop because the idea was that was going to take a while and they needed to kill some time up there. So we ended up, they had a whole timeline set up, and I totally threw them off by being really good at basketball.
I know, we're like, dang it.
Yeah. So that's what got me out of the house for the day so they could decorate. Then they brought me in and did the surprise party, and I'm forever grateful for that. It was so much fun. It was a blast.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, Erica, good job on that quiz. John, you're not going to be able to win this one, but we do have one more question to find out if Erica and I 4?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes.
I could have said any number right now. I could have said I'm winning, but I believe we're 3 for 4. So now we find out who wins between Erica and I.
Ooh.
According to German and Eastern European superstition, what food should you eat to ring in the new year? Bratwurst, sauerkraut, bread, or apples?
Wow.
I
Do you know
feel
it,
like
Erica?
No, but I feel like I have heard this fact before, so I'm disappointed in myself.
Oh, you've heard this fact, but you don't know the food?
Yeah,
Did you have anything that jumped out at you?
I do.
Yeah, same with me, and I'm worried it's the same thing and that we're going to tie.
I know. That's all right.
No, one of us has to win. Well, which one jumped out to you? Because I already know which one jumped out to me.
For me, it was sauerkraut.
Yeah, same with me. And I don't know if maybe
That's because we ate it as kids.
Yeah, I hated sauerkraut. I think sauerkraut probably as an adult I would like a little more if when you put it on a hot dog with mustard, that's pretty good.
Yes.
But
Like
we used to
sauerkraut
have
and bratwurst.
yeah, sauerkraut with a piece of
Delicious.
bratwurst at the same time, perfect. But I remember we always had to I guess we weren't forced to eat it by itself. We could have mixed it with whatever, but I just remember being like, "What is?" And my dad,
Yeah.
our last name is Schatz, which is German, and so my dad had a certain amount of pride in sauerkraut, and I was like, I don't.
Yeah, like it was literally just like if we wanted to plop it on our plate. It was kind of like made specially for him, but we could have it. But it wasn't like we mixed it with anything. It was like you just set it on the plate and you kind of eat. But I liked it because I like sour things.
Yeah,
So,
and your taste,
yeah.
your taste
And I don't
buds are
have
not
taste-
as refined as mine.
Yeah, my taste buds don't work. So,
Oh, that's interesting because John likes lemon flavored things.
when I was hearing that, I was like, oh, cool, me too. But
Yeah.
and mine's because of my lack of smell and taste. But-
Erica, fun fact about Erica. Take notes for if there's ever a quiz about Erica. She cannot smell. She was born without a sense of smell. So as a result, because taste and smell are very associated, closely tied together, her taste literally is not as refined as mine. That was kind of a joke, but it's true. She doesn't taste things as strongly, but she does still taste. You do still get the experience of that.
Yeah, I do.
Well,
Especially
I'm
spicy
gonna-
food, I bet.
Yes, I love spicy food too.
Yeah, that's actually probably like a superpower in some sorts. Like you can handle spicier food than probably
Well-
me and other people.
Maybe.
So spice isn't a flavor. It's actually just
Oh.
attacking your pain receptors in your tongue.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind about the knowledge bomb I had earlier. John, you just it's literally activating the pain receptors in your tongue. That's what it's doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I was-
so you'll actually get desensitized, which is why people that like hot food will want to make it even hotter, because
Oh my
then that way they'll get that same sensation.
It's like a drug.
Yeah,
You
Kind
build
of.
up a tolerance.
It is. It
Yeah.
says, I think it was like it releases the dopamine or whatever. Like Patrick and I were just watching a video on it yesterday.
Oh my gosh. So it
But
literally
that's-
gives you a little dopamine hit and then you just want to up it.
Kind of, yeah. Like
But,
it
I mean, obviously
releases those. Yeah.
I have not heard of anybody's life being ruined by spicy food addiction, but that is pretty fascinating. That is.
well, the next day is usually ruined.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And then they decide, okay, I'm gonna take it easy next time. All right. I'm gonna lock in sauerkraut. Is that what you're doing, Erica? Are you gonna?
I'm locking in sauerkraut.
All right. How do we
Yeah.
do, John? All
Yeah!
right.
We tied. We
Good job.
tied.
Yep.
Virtual handshake.
It is sauerkraut. It's presumed that eating sauerkraut at the beginning of the new year will bring wealth to you. And this is something that made its way over to the U.S. from Germany and Eastern Europe with the Pennsylvania Dutch, which I've got connections to from my mom's side of the family going
Yeah,
back.
so do we.
So
My dad's side, there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pennsylvania Dutch. Oh my gosh, we have so many things in
Yeah.
my grandma's house that we still, have possession of. But yeah.
yeah, I mean, and just like you guys growing up, my mom would have sauerkraut, and just be like a side, which I actually like as a
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
So
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Are you gonna eat sauerkraut this New Year's Day, John?
I have no idea what we're doing for New Year's Day. Emily does not like sauerkraut. So
Oh.
if we got any, it would just be me eating it. So
One of my favorite New Year's meal traditions is menudo, which is so Eric and I are half Mexican. My dad's side is German and English, right? I think, and various other things, and my mom is Mexican. And menudo, I believe, is a tradition amongst a lot of Mexicans. That's kind of a tradition, at least Mexican Americans. And I love menudo, and that's not everybody's favorite cup of tea because it's literally pig intestines, right? What's it called? There's like a
Tripe?
name. Yeah, tripe.
Tripe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh my gosh, I can't get enough. You put some onions and cilantro and squeeze some lemon in there. Ooh, I literally bought 2 things of menudo for myself on New Year's Day. So maybe I should get a heaping spoonful of sauerkraut and throw it in there and get all of my cultures covered.
There you go.
Sounds delicious, right?
It does, actually.
I mean, and I saw that menudo was something that It was used in Mexico. Tamales are also
Oh,
a
nice.
traditional one for Mexico.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tamale. Yeah, it's interesting because this week every year is me eating a bunch of tamales because we get them for Christmas,
Yeah.
and then I come home with a leftover bag of them, and so I've been eating nothing
Right.
but tamales the last few days, which I'm not complaining about. I love it. Oh my gosh.
I
it's my
know.
favorite.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, tamales are great. I mean, they're used. I don't know if you have any out there, but there's a place called Portillo's. That was a Chicago thing, and then they finally opened one up in Indy. And they
Oh.
used to have tamales on their menu, and with COVID, they took them off the menu.
Oh
Interesting.
no.
So it was,
Oh,
it was
that's
you
a
could basically get,
bummer.
yeah.
That's the
Aw.
worst thing that COVID did. that yeah, we do
That
have
and they
them
took
out here,
away
but,
this. McDonald's took away the steak, egg, and cheese bagel.
What? I didn't even know that existed, and now I want it.
I know.
Oh yeah,
Oh man,
it was
that's great.
delicious.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard of Portillo's, and there's one in like Orange County. It looks like.
Yeah, it's spelled Portillo's, but it's Portillo's.
Yeah, gotcha.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Well,
they have good food.
great job, everyone. So Erica
Yeah.
and I tied, and we both beat John. So now our all-time record is 15, 11, 3 ties, and 1 win for
Yeah.
Erica. 1 tie/win for Erica.
Oh yeah, it was a tie.
Well, a big thank you to my sister Erica for putting that
Yes,
quiz
thank you.
together. We were thinking maybe, and how fun that we both had a sibling on, and not just a sibling, but a
Mhm.
sister on. We've had Dr. Documentary, and I don't know what our nickname for Erica is going to be, but we'll figure it out as time goes on. And yeah, we really appreciate you taking the time to do this, Erica. And
Yeah.
me especially. I'm not saying that I appreciate you more than John, but maybe I do because I'm your brother, and that makes sense. That I should appreciate you more than John does.
Yeah, it
But,
was a lot of fun. A lot of fun to make. A lot of fun to be on with you guys today.
Good.
Yeah.
I know I've said nice things about Erica already, but I'll take this public forum as a chance to say how grateful I am to have a sister as wonderful as Erica. She's my big sister. She's
Aw.
always been so sweet to me from the day I was born. My parents tell stories about how much she be Kevin, and she
Yeah.
really is my she probably knows me more. I don't know, not probably. She knows me more than any human being on the planet, and I'm really grateful to have Erica as my sister through my from day one. I'm very
Aw,
grateful.
Day
Very
one.
lucky.
Thank you. Oh, you're sweet.
Okay, enough out of you. We're gonna turn you off. And no, okay. We didn't discuss this, but on our calendar next week we have movie trilogies. Are you down for that, John? Are you ready to do that?
I am. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Do you know which
Ooh.
trilogy you're doing yet? And if not, we can just
No.
edit this part out. But okay. I know which trilogy I'm doing. Should I say, or should I leave it as a surprise?
No, go ahead and say it so that way I won't pick that one as well.
Okay, so and this is, I forget how this came up, but my favorite movie trilogy of all time is the Mighty Ducks trilogy. Mighty Ducks 1, D2, and Mighty Ducks 3. Now, I will say, and we'll get into this more, Mighty Ducks 3, not the greatest movie of all time, but it does qualify it as a trilogy, and so
Right.
for that reason, I love the Mighty Ducks. I loved Disney sports movies. Cool Runnings is one of my favorites of all time. So we're gonna have a quiz on the Mighty Ducks trilogy, and John is gonna John likes a lot of movies, so he's gonna have to figure out which one his is. So brace
That's true.
yourself and stay tuned. All right. Well, happy New Year to the 2 people who are immediately hearing me, and happy New Year to each listener who's listening and has supported us.
Yes.
We are very excited coming into the new year to be continuing this podcast and growing our audience and growing our connection with you, because that's what this is all about. We appreciate being close with you by sharing these quizzes and our stories with you.
Yeah. And real quick here, Kevin, your mother just commented on Facebook saying you have a guest.
Yes.
So
Oh.
your mom at least watched for a little bit.
Did she say you have a guest? Like, oh my gosh, you have a guest, and that guest is my
Right.
daughter Erica, my firstborn.
That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, but it also means she's watching, so
Yeah.
you know,
Yes. Yeah.
she doesn't listen, but maybe she'll do these live shows.
Exactly. That's the only way we can get her, if we get her in the moment. So from now
Yes.
on, my mom listens to me on the radio almost every time I'm
Uh-huh.
on here in LA.
She really
She's-
does.
She's a big support. But so she likes hearing music and me talking for a few seconds. But if I'm talking for 40 minutes at a time, she's like, no. I've had enough of this growing up. I've had enough of this raising that kid. So All right. Great to be with you, John. Erica, thank you again.
Likewise.
Yeah, same. Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year. Yep. We'll see you. We'll see you in
Happy New Year.
2022 for Movie Trilogy. See y'all later.
Yep.